Today on Dirt Road CRED, we're going to check out the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon versus the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon X, dive a little deeper into both of these, and maybe see which one's right for you. It's a new month and a new giveaway here at Dirt Road CRED. Now through the end of November 2025, you guys will have your very own chance to win a set of fuel off-road wheels, just like the ones we put on our Juice Gladiator. But you don't have to choose those wheels. There's a ton that you can pick from if you are the selected winner. Be sure to check out our website where you can pick up some merch, you can pick up our lighting kit, and any of the other products, and you will become automatically entered. But remember, there is no purchase necessary. See the official rules that we'll have listed down below, and good luck. So when you go to purchase a Wrangler Rubicon, especially in the year 2026, this is what the model will look like starting off. The Rubicon trim is built upon what we are seeing right behind us here. Now, it just so happens both of these are in a brand new color called Purple Rain for 2026, which we personally think looks fantastic on these Jeeps. But on a base model Rubicon, you really are getting a heck of a lot of really cool features. On the Rubicon, obviously you do get the dual vented hood, which a lot of commenters have said these are not true vents. They're made to look cool, but they don't actually vent the air out, but it does give you a much more aggressive stance. On the base Rubicon, starting up front, you do get plastic front bumpers. So these can option for the steel bumpers, but no, on the base, you do get the plastic front bumpers. A cool thing on the Rubicon is a lot of the trim around here is all in this graphite or Rubicon gray, as we call it. Factory LEDs come standard on the front, on the headlights, and the front fog lights here. Red Rubicon tow hooks. And then on the side, one of the features that make this a Rubicon right away is the Highline fender flares, giving you a few inches of additional ground clearance and up travel when you're off-roading with this. On the wheels and tires, the Rubicon does come standard with a small lift kit over the factory Sports and the factory Sport S's, Saharas, and so forth. 285 70/17 tires equate to about 33 by 11.5. BF Goodrich KO2s are standard on this vehicle. One of the biggest things when you're talking about a Rubicon is what's going on underneath. The front and rear axles are Dana 44s. They include a front locking differential and a rear locking differential, disconnecting sway bar, and a 4-to-1 transfer case. Those are the big off-road go-tos. If you are considering a Rubicon, you will have that capability right away from the factory. Now, as we go along the side, the other thing that we're going to get on a Rubicon is red accenting. So Rubicon on the side, the trail rated badge, the Jeep letter, all red with graphite. You do get factory rock rails on this, black mirrors, and this one I believe has some options added. Let me pop this window sticker because I'm not sure if all of them now come with proximity, so just give me 1 second. So we've got the pricing out here and the window sticker. Proximity is standard on these vehicles now. The only options on this Jeep are obviously the Purple Rain, which is $895. That's a very expensive option. Adaptive cruise control on here comes with the package. The convenience group, so heated seats, remote start, and heated steering wheel, all-weather floor mats, and then the Alpine Premium audio system. All in all, this Jeep comes out to $58,555 just as equipped here. So a couple options on there. You could cut off maybe about $3,000 and get this thing around the 54, 55 mark if you didn't choose the Purple Rain color and didn't have any of the other goodies on here. Now on the inside of a Rubicon, you are going to get standard cloth seats. So these are standard dark heather gray with Rubicon red stitching. You do get a leather wrap steering wheel, and then of course the brand new 2026s do have the larger 12.3 Uconnect, adaptive cruise control, power windows, power locks, and a lot of other goodies, as well as your locker controls and auxiliary switches, all come standard on the Rubicon now. So pretty slick on there. And then another cool thing is they do have the quick disconnect for the door removal on the 2026. Moving on to the back. Same setup here, the heather gray, rear cup holders on there, pretty standard as to a regular Wrangler. And then this one has not had any options when it comes to the top. So this one you get almost a harder vinyl material with deep tint on the back windows and the soft top. And then the same thing wrapping around, LED taillight group, a black fuel door, red Rubicon tow hooks on one side, so on the left-hand side, tow hitch with 7-pin and the 4-pin connector, and obviously your third brake light up top and your spare wheel and tire with the camera on the back. That's pretty much the walk around of the Rubicon and what's included. Now let's jump over to the Rubicon X and show you just how much more comes standard on that vehicle. If you're kind of like a lot of us that are sitting around saying, do I just go for the Rubicon X, add a little bit more onto it and get more features. So let's check out what comes on that that's different than the base Rubicon. But right away, this thing is loaded up. And you can see if you're looking at one of these from the dealership, it might catch your eye right away because it is so much bigger. These things are lifted about 1.5 inches to 2 inches taller than a standard Rubicon, and they do come equipped with a set of 315/70/17 BF Goodrich KO2 tires. That equates to about a 35 by 12 inch, and they do have more of an aggressive offset. This is a different wheel that pokes it out a little bit further, hence the need for these little fender flare extensions on the outside. I personally had a lot of these Extreme Recon packages, and they are very, very nice when it comes to just the stock look of this Jeep. It doesn't stop there though on the X. Right away from the factory, you do get the front and rear steel performance bumpers. So this comes standard on the vehicle. This little tube here was an option, but you do get front and rear steel bumpers. Still the same on the grille setup, LED headlights, LED fog lights. On this one though, on the X, you get the front camera. This is a trail camera, and it is absolutely fantastic, not only for using it on the trail, but using it when you're parking just to see what's going on in front of you. Same fake vented hoods, which look like they're real vented, but when we move around to the side, like we just told you about, you do get that much taller appearance on this. Now it's kind of funny looking at both of these next to each other. This one doesn't look like it's that much taller. That Rubicon looks like it's very high. I'm not sure what's going on, but that one does look bigger over there. But just looking on the side, KO2s, the nice X Edition Rubicon XR wheels, suspension under there, you still get the lockers front and rear, you still get the disconnecting sway bar, you still get the 4-to-1 transfer case. The big upgrade, this is already re-geared to 456, so it's re-geared up a little bit higher in gear ratio to equate much better with these 35s, and then if you go with 37s, it makes it a lot easier because you do not have to re-gear the factory axles on here. You can just kind of go with what we've got going on here. So all the same features, you do get the rock rails on this. The paint to match fenders are one of my favorites though. They flow into the tub a whole lot better, especially on this Purple Rain. You do get proximity entry, so proximity entry is standard on this vehicle. This one though comes equipped with blind spot monitoring and rear parking sensors too, built into the steel bumper. The X is really luxurious inside when you order this trim package. So much more comes standard with this vehicle, and you do not have to check off any extra boxes. As soon as you hit the X, this automatically comes with it. We have Napa leather power 8-way adjustable seats. I want to say they're 8-way. This leather is extremely pretty. It looks great on the inside here, and it is power on here. One big thing, if you're coming from other vehicles with power seats, the memory recall does not work. It doesn't have like 2 settings for memory recall, so that's a big thing to note if you're looking at these power leather seats. On this dash, you do get the leather wrapped steering wheel, a little bit more leather throughout. You also get, on this Jeep, you will get the heated seats, heated steering wheel, adaptive cruise control, and then all of the other goodies that come with the base Rubicon. So up top, you also get auto sensing rear view mirror. That is not standard on the Rubicon. So on this, you don't have to flip it up or down. It automatically dims to what's going on. On the inside, sound deadening is throughout the entire vehicle, as well as the Alpine premium audio system all comes standard on this. One thing I'm actually very curious about, Ryan, I thought they all came with it. This doesn't have the switches. I could have sworn they all came with auxiliary switches. That's very odd. Maybe it's something for 26 that you have to option, but I could have sworn all the X's came with the auxiliary switches. So we'll have to check that on the back end, see if Anthony can maybe fill us in a little bit more. Another thing on this, the transfer case on the Rubicon X gives you the ability, it is a 5-way transfer case, giving you 2 high, 4 high auto, 4 high part-time, neutral, and 4 low. The biggest thing with this over the standard transfer case is the fact that you have 4 high auto. If you're not used to driving a Jeep, you're not used to driving in inclement weather, you want to use this for 4 high auto. It'll automatically sense where power is being slipped and give that power to where it's needed. It's a very cool feature. It comes standard in the 392. It's always in 4 high auto, but in the X, it does come in this vehicle. Always on this thing, same kind of setup. You do get leather wrapped on the door cards here, and then pretty much everything else is similar. Still the same plastic, still the same auto high beams on there. With that Napa leather in the rear seat, one major difference on the rear seat of the 4-door is the fact that the cup holders also fold down here in the center to give you a center console armrest. Also, the headrests are a lot bigger on here, but they still do flip down as well, so you can flip those to about halfway, and then the seat can still lay fully flat. One thing I'm upset after the 2024 model year though, they made all the back ends of these plastic. That doesn't matter what trim you get. There's no moly webbing on here. Got our jack spacer and our toolkit going on in this vehicle, and our power outlet. So on the Rubicon X, this is going to come standard, a 110 volt power outlet right here in the back, dual USBs going on right above it, so really feature packed in the back end of this Jeep. On the back end here, you do get the Mopar reinforced tire carrier with the adjustable tire carrier holding this 35 up. The third brake light is extended upwards, the reverse camera is extended out the snout a little bit so it clears the spare tire, and then on the back, steel bumper with the reverse sensors, LED with blind spot and cross path detection in the back, and a small spacer here to extend this out and help with all the technology goodies on there. But Walt, do these still say? Yeah, they still say Larry and Ralph on them too, so for left and right on those, a little Easter egg on the Jeep. Painted hardtop on the exterior. Ryan, this is getting the right angle right here, that perfect flake of this purple rain. Really cool feature on the X because it does kind of just add everything into one. So if you're not looking to really change a whole lot up, or you just want it to look like this right out of the factory, the Rubicon X is a one-stop box that you can kind of just check. But so if you're watching this video, obviously so many thoughts are going through your head. You're wondering, do I want to build up a Rubicon? Do I just want to say, screw it, I'm going with the Rubicon X. I want all the goodies right away. On our channel, we are the biggest fans of modifying and making your Jeep your own. So in our personal take, we're going with the base Rubicon. We have a lot more that we can do to this. We can add our own lift, add our own wheels and tires, and really perfect this thing to exactly how we want it to look, not what the factory decides we want it to look like. And we can modify everything because we do so not only for content, but because we like the way it looks. This comes in at a lower price point, and for that $10,000 difference, we can buy a whole heck of a lot of different mods and really get this thing dialed into the way we want it. Now, I'm not bashing this X at all. This Rubicon X, having everything coming onto it standard, 456 gears, 35s, lift kit, steel bumper, leather seats, this, and that, you'd probably be hard-pressed to take this Jeep and add on all the goodies that you have on this. In fact, some of them aren't even possible, like a stock factory front camera and all the other goodies, for the same price at $10,000 of a difference. I think it's a really cool feature to have this from the X, and I see it as someone that would be looking for this vehicle, as someone that's going to take this, maybe modify it a little bit more, but wants the look, wants all those creature comforts, and just wants to have that factory back warranty. Remember, all of this came from the factory too. So when you take it out, if you want to wheel it, if you want to take it out and abuse it, it's still factory under the warranty, which I think is a pretty cool setup. I think in the future, we're going to go over a video talking about what voids the warranty and what doesn't, because a lot of you guys have been curious. But overall, I hope this video helps if you've been on the fence about these two trims. And obviously, if you have any further questions, please drop a comment down below. And if we don't respond, a lot of current owners of either of these will respond and tell you how you feel. Let me know also down in the comments. Let us know, would you go with the Rubicon or would you go with the Rubicon X at $10,000 more? I know they're both creeping up there very high price-wise, but if money was no object, which one would you choose? Until next time though, if you guys haven't checked out our 2026 First Impressions video, watch that if you're in the market to pick up one of those vehicles. We've had a lot of fun checking these out, and we hope you guys are enjoying this content. From Ryan behind the camera and me here talking to you, we want you to get out there and earn yours.